let you guys come in before we get started on this message, and then I will have the timestamps in the description box below for you guys for when we are actually starting the reading. For those of you that are catching us on the playback, that way you can kind of just jump right on in to the message when the message actually starts. So I'm going to let y'all come in. This is an impromptu live, another one. This is going to be for What's the Tea daily message, and then I'm going to record a couple of personal readings that I need to get done. I have just been like super busy impromptuly the last 2 days. Like I wasn't expecting to get busy, but a couple of things came up. So I needed to handle those things first and then back to this. But I have not forgotten about you guys. I also am going to get 3 readings pre-recorded for this weekend, and then I have a couple more that are already pre-recorded that I can post for y'all, and then of course on the other channel as well. So I'm just gonna let y'all come in for a moment before we get started. This is gonna be the daily reading for Thursday, February the 26th, 2026, or whenever you guys are happening to catch this, if y'all are catching this on the playback and not live. So I'm gonna let y'all come in. I want to say good morning to everybody, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you are. Let's see. Savannah, hello. Yasuko, hello. Miss Erica, hello. Rose Quartz 333, hello. Chris, hello. Welcome in, everybody. All right, you guys. So we have got y'all in the chat. I am sipping on this Pops probiotic soda. This is the watermelon lime. If y'all have an Aldi's near you, they sell these at Aldi's. These are super, super good. So, and it's 40 calories. It has like apple juice concentrate, vegetable juice, monk fruit, and then, yeah, that's it. The live bacillus, which is the probiotic. So really, really good. Hello, my love. Welcome in. Ooh. Got a little dental appointment. We love that. Everybody make sure that your appointments are set for the year, your dental appointments, your yearly checkup appointments. If you're a female, your yearly mammograms and your smears and all those. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, okay? All right. I love the little check-in reminder with that. So let's get some cards. I'm not quite sure where this reading is going to go. I kind of want to just start with the tarot though. So I'm feeling just starting with the tarot. So let's start with the tarot, and I am going to timestamp this so that way whoever is catching this on the playback doesn't have to hear me freaking yap. So we'll start the reading at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. All right, you guys. So we are going to dive into these daily messages, what you need to know and or be aware of. What's the tea? What's the chisme? What we need to know and or be aware of for today. Please, Spirit, show us what we need to see. We're starting with the tarot. Ooh. 2 of Pentacles. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Justice. Wow. The 9 of Swords and Strength cards. So I'm going to be honest. I know these cards can feel a little bit difficult together, but this is actually a really nice energy to be sitting in right now, right? And I'm going to explain, because the Strength card and Justice show us that there's something really potent that's happening here. We have major arcana. The 2 of Pentacles talks about choices or decisions that's being made, especially when it is attached to Justice, which is the truth, a finality of some sort. The 9 of Swords is a little bit of nervousness. It's a little bit of weary. It's a little bit of concern. It has all of those energies encapsulated in it. And the Strength card really gives you that sense of self-control when it comes to allowing pieces or parts of ourselves to overcompensate when we are not feeling 110%. All right. So let's talk about this. So the Two of Pentacles and Justice card, I'm getting that this is very personal here for you. This is something that is happening. I feel like the lighting is like really terrible. There we go. I feel like this is really personal for you. And I mean that in a way of a self type of dealing. So this is you finally coming to a place of making a choice or decision here, how you're going to go about something, how you're going to kind of make something happen. I feel like this thing will not stop. I'm like, what is rocking? Okay, there we go. It's not something that is external per se, but it basically is affecting your external. All right. So it's an internal energy that is affecting your external, and you're finally making this choice or decision to no longer go back and forth in this, right? I'm not going to go back and forth with this with myself because it is affecting how I make choices and decisions externally. Does that make sense? Right. And there's something here, right, about this that brings you a sense of anxiety. It's like, okay, I'm like, like that type of energy. That's like, it's very hard to explain because it's more or less emotions expressed and how you kind of think through things personally within your head, within your mind, right? And it almost hurts a little bit because it's what you've known, right? This is what you have been doing for so long. This is what you know. This is how I operate. You know, this is how I operate. This is I'm very well in control of my actions, but then when we think back, it's like, okay, I've been doing this flip-flop back and forth bullshit. I have to be very set in my ways for myself, because it's not you setting a boundary towards somebody else. It's you setting a boundary for yourself. I'm not going to go back and forth anymore with this. Let me pull up the chat because I feel like I can't see y'all again, and I don't know what happened. Why can't I see the damn chat? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, and see, I actually appreciate you putting that comment because that's what I mean. It's like we're going back and forth with things. We need to really make a choice or decision. And even though it's like it's given me this, I don't know what to do. Do not let, and this is where we get with the Strength card. Okay, because when we look at the Strength card, we see an ability of balance, right? We see an ability of being able to have control over that egotistical part of ourselves, right? It's a very delicate balance. It's a delicate dance that they have, that they do, but it's also masculine and feminine energy. And there we go. It's showing us what actually has to happen. Like, this is what actually has to happen, meaning that do not allow that ego, that part of yourself that just kind of is ferocious. Okay. And this comes off differently with everybody, but do not allow that part of yourself to overcompensate and just kind of make a decision because you're torn, right? Your soul, your spirit is really trying to guide you towards the right decision. But I'm going to be honest with you, this decision is completely opposite of what you're used to doing, which is why you're a little bit hesitant to make it. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. And that's why I really love this energy, because it is quite literally showing that you're moving in the direction of success, of victory, of glory, right? You're moving into that direction. But the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck is letting me know that there's also this sense of grief, this sense of sadness. And I'm telling you, it is because of you having to let go of what you've known, of actions that you've taken, of this is kind of how I've operated. King of Wands, Five of Cups. Tell us about this Two of Pentacles here with Justice. Tell us about this Two of Pentacles here with Justice, please, Spirit, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And this could even, like, if we're thinking about this in a love related situation, it feels very personal though. It's about how you make choices and decisions towards these people that you interact with, right? So am I going to continue? Yeah. The Two of Swords, the Knight of Cups. Tell us more about the Two of Pentacles and Justice. And the Six of Wands. Spirit is literally telling you to choose your heart, but you have your heart blocked off. Right? And I feel like you're trying to make it more logical than you are emotional and spiritual. It's not logical. It doesn't logically make sense. And the Two of Swords is a very blocked off energy. And we all know that. We know the Two of Swords is blocked off, right? I'm not speaking. I'm not talking. My heart is not open. My emotions are behind me and my emotions are flowing, but I'm not acknowledging that. Why? Because you're trying to make this and not. And that's what this situation is. We see the Knight of Cups as an offer opportunity that comes in. It comes in from the heart space. There is a little bit of a guard up, but there's action, there's movement, right? And there's a river of emotion, there's a river of flow. But this is like the initiation, right? It's the initiation. It's things coming in, and it's bringing you an ideal love. But at the same time, with Justice, you like Justice, and especially in the Two of Pentacles, you're having to be open and making this statement of truth. Because whatever it is that you're deciding to choose, it's a successful path if you're choosing your heart, your soul. Bottom of the deck, and I'm saying this because the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Cups, or the King of Cups and the Page of Cups, with the Knight of Cups here. So it's a very fast incoming energy, and that's why I'm saying it's an initiation, it's an incoming energy of sorts. We see success, we see glory, we see victory. We see this is what's driving the situation forward. But that Nine of Swords lets me know letting go of this part of yourself actually pains you for some reason. It pains you to, and I'm not quite sure if this is something that's internal. I feel like it is. Right? And I feel like we're having a little like therapy session a little bit. But I'm feeling as if it's a struggle because it is a huge part of who you are and what you've known. Yeah, Three of Cups. And this can involve other people with the Three of Cups, third party energy. And I want to be very honest and I want to be very clear because I have a large collective of women that are following. And let's be honest, right? Let's be honest for a second. We have the power of sex appeal. Okay, we have the power of sex appeal. We have the power of flirtation, and we are very powerful beings, right? Just being female, being feminine. And when you raise your vibration and you go through an awakening phase and you are really tapped into your own sense of knowing and spirituality and higher individuality, it attracts people even more to you, right? And the light that you emit from inward comes outward, and that attracts people even more to you. So you're just a very attractive individual. And there's something about making a choice or decision here with something where it's like a cutoff of other people or a cutoff of these energies that come in, as far as compliments and people, looking at you and like all this other stuff. This also has a lot to do with, again, like the sense of friendship, the sense of community, gathering, parties, things like that. There's like, oh my fucking God. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords, the Magician, and the Knight of Swords. This is something that you have manifested into your life, but at the same time, don't run away from, because you see how he's running away from the Two of Swords there and taking the Five. That has to be acknowledged. This has to be acknowledged. You can't just let it go. And again, it's having to do with community, third party energy, friends, past lovers, exes, all those types of things, right? I can't see that. Hold on. Exactly. And that's what a lot of people are actually doing. And I have been speaking to people in droves, honestly, about really choosing what makes them feel good. And a lot of us obviously are going to be in our head about this because, and I tell people the same freaking speech, and I try to get people to understand on a very basic level. Of course, we have bills. Nobody's telling you to forget about your bills. Nobody's telling you to go and be living on the street or be living in your car and not being able to eat. Nobody's telling you to do that. What I am saying at least, is for you to choose a life and choose something that is going to bring you happiness, joy, and less stress into your life. Sometimes that looks very different, and we can't just dump something that keeps us blocked or keeps us financially where we are right away until something pops off. A lot of that comes through with, looking at our lifestyle differently, looking at how we're going to, just change our day-to-day life based off of what we're wanting to really enter into. Life is too short to be worried about fucking bills. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I know a lot of people care about money, but a lot of those people that care about money are very lost spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And that's my fucking point. Money will come and money will go. It's nothing but energy, right? And if you have the right energy, it will come exactly to you when you need it, exactly when you need it, always on time. You should be more worried about your physical health. How are you going to use your money if you physically unable? All your money going to be going to medical bills. How are you going to be worried about money if you're emotionally depressed and fucking sad all the fucking time? And the only thing you want to do is yourself. The money is not going to help that, right? What are you going to do if you're so spiritually inept and in a deficit that you feel like you're getting spiritually attacked all the time? What is money going to do to fix that? Nothing, because money is an energy. It will come in when you allow it to not have such a control. And this is exactly why I tell people all the time, we can live multiple different lifestyles in one life. You can live the high life, live the low life, live the medium life, here, there, and in between your entire life, right? Sometimes it's about accepting what is going to be best for you in these moments, and maybe that will change down the road. But right now, this is where we are. We're not down the road. We're not 10 years. We're here right now. And make the decision for right now, because that's what's going to support you going forward, right? And we have to get out of our heads, because again, that's the programming. The programming is to keep us out of our heads, keep us in our heads and out of our bodies and out of our souls and out of our emotions. That is what the programming is. And that is exactly where we get reverted right back to, well, I can't leave this job because I got bills to pay. And I can't leave this because this insurance and this, that, and this, that, and this, that, and this. Then I don't know what to tell you. That's what literally this is. That's literally what this is. Three of Cups is comfortability. It's fun, it's joy, it's enjoyment, it's happiness, it's parties, it's what makes life. But if I have to give that up, Oh no. Like people automatically think, and I'm not saying this because I've had the same thought process, right? And it's something that you have to work through. It's something that you have to kind of get over, and getting out of your head and getting back into your body, your mind, or your soul and your emotions is really what's super important, because that's what's going to guide you and lead you. But it is very difficult to think about letting go of a particular lifestyle that you've lived for so long. Nobody wants to be like, oh, I don't want to have to give this up. I don't want to have to give that up. But do you want less stress, or do you want to have stress? Like, do you want to actually be happy with what you're doing, or do you just want to be doing? Like, we can live different lifestyles. Yeah, we may have to give up certain things. Yeah, we may have to walk away from certain things, or yeah, we may have to let a career go that we were in for so long, or maybe we have to adjust how we're doing certain things, adjust our day-to-day lives in order to incorporate this more, right? Because a lot of the times it's not necessarily about per se letting things go, but it is about looking at how we live our lives and living it differently. Like, and this is exactly why I compare everything to fitness. This is why people always have the excuse of, well, I don't have time for fitness. No, you just have not thought about how you're going to have to change your life to make sure you can make it to the gym, to make sure that you can meal prep for work, right? It's not that you don't have time. It's that you have not thought about how you're going to make the time, because you don't want to change your lifestyle. You already got your life that you're living it the way that you're living it. I get that. I understand that. So to then try to add something else to it, it's an automatic, I don't have time for it. No, you do have time for it, because a lot of the times, I mean, we're sitting here talking, right? We've already been on here 21 minutes. Most people only need to go to the gym for health reasons, 30 minutes a day. We've been on here 21. What do you mean you don't have time? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You just don't want to make the time. You don't want to see what your life is going to be like if you have to start making time to do something different. The same way it's like, well, I don't have time to work on my business. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You just have to start making time for it. Well, what's going to happen? This right here, this comfortability shit, we got to let it go. We got to let it go. The same thing when it comes to love. How are we going to let love into our lives, letting a relationship into our lives, if you can't even find 30 minutes in your day to go to the gym? How are you going to find fucking time for a whole nother person when you can't even find 30 minutes to go to the gym? Girl, bye. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and this is what I mean. Like, you can find time for that, but you can find time to talk to somebody and text somebody that don't want nothing to do with you, but you cannot find time. Please be for real. Like, because, and this is why I be telling people like that. It's like, okay, so you had time for that nigga who did not literally give a about you. You had time for him who consistently left you high and dry, who consistently left you on the curb, but you don't have time. I try to give you a workout plan and you tell me you don't have time for that? Okay. Woo! I try to help you get your business plan together and you're telling me you don't have time for that? Oh, but you had time for him to beat your ass. Okay. Don't get me started. This is the year of the fire horse, okay? We are going to take control and do what we're supposed to do, okay? That's what we're doing. We've got to let the comfortability go. Spirit is trying to show you you have exactly all of the tools you already need. You don't need nothing else. You have to believe in yourself. Really, that's the biggest thing. Yeah, the world is. What did I just say? I don't do this for play. The world card tells us what? It's a completion of a cycle. The Three of Cups is a cycle, because the Three of Cups, we're not looking. This could be people. I mean, I want you to understand the Three of Cups is definitely people, but it is Cancerian energy. Cancerian is that comfortable home, family, doing the same shit the same way I've been doing it because it makes me feel good. That's what this is. It's a completion of that. What did I just, babe? When I be talking, I be profiting. Okay? I be telling you. Okay? Because I be telling myself the same thing. Y'all just obviously don't see it. But the same shit that I be telling y'all, I be telling myself. Right? Because I gotta be real with myself. Like, it's like, Jasmine, you can't be bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Can you please tell me how this is not a beautiful flow of cards? So Spirit is handing you a gift, right? And it's something that's elevating you spiritually. It's elevating you physically. It's a contract. It's higher level. And I feel like this is like, it's like a new establishment, a new place, it's like the next level. You're moving up. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles tells us not only do you have that sense of comfort, safety, stability, but it makes you feel good. It makes you really happy. There's a lot of deep emotion that goes with this, right? And this reading is beautiful, I'll tell you. Because this is where the real work happens. Like, a lot of times when I am looking at other tarot readings, and I watch a lot of other tarot readings to look at the comments. I'm not really watching the reading. I'm looking at the comments and seeing what people are commenting and things like that, and getting past the bots and the bullshit and looking what people struggle the most, because most readings are not about the person watching it. It's about somebody else. You cannot fix your situation if you're worried about what the other person is doing. We have to worry about, what are you doing that keeps you stuck in the cycle, in the loop that we feel the need to, you know what I mean? And that's a lot of the times why I try to gear my readings towards what we need to focus on, like, as an individual. Because again, if you can't change nobody's free will and you can't make nobody do nothing, what does it matter what the other person is doing? Like, you're just watching to give yourself anxiety. Like, and that's why I try not to make my readings so like other person focused, because the readings can literally give people anxiety and be having people worried and be having people wondering, be having people in their head about stuff that they don't need to be in their head about. Right? It's like, oh my God, they over there, like. Or I try to be realistic with things. It's like, for example, in the readings that are like the next 24 hours, the next 48 hours, the next 72 hours, it's like, yeah, these things are happening, but I try to specify, like, yeah, but it's happening mentally. Like, this is happening in their head. This is their, yes, we have the Ace of Cups. Yes, we have, the Seven of Cups. Yes, we have the Two of Cups, but this is really happening on a telepathic level. Like, you may hear from somebody if y'all are in communication, but like, I try to be realistic, because readings can quite literally give people anxiety and put people into spiritual psychosis. And that is not what we are here for. We are not here for that. We are here to utilize the cards as a tool, okay? Not as a means of destruction. And I don't know who needed to hear that, but I feel like that needed to come through for a specific reason, because I don't know, like, I don't know. This is why I try to gear my readings and make them a little bit more like focused on self, so we can kind of pull back in, you know what I mean? And not be so out there. Show us what we need to see here, please, Spirit. Exactly. Reflection. 987. Look inward and evaluate your. I do not do this shit for play. You better like this video. You better make sure you're subscribed, because I'm telling you right now, what I'm about to tell you on this card is quite literally telling you exactly what I've been saying since 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay? Look inward and evaluate your actions. Embrace introspection and self-reflection for your own development. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. That is confirmation. I don't do this shit for play. I do not come on here for play. Okay, guys? Okay, that's what I thought. Reflection with clarity, evolution, and empowerment. Hello? I tell you, I don't. People be wanting confirmation. I be giving the confirmation. You want to know what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Listen, I love talking shit, and I love looking at the tea, and I love trying to figure out what's going on with the other person just as much as the next. But this shit hit different when we actually focus on what's going on. Look at this: self-love and new beginnings. And making this choice or decision is a self-love decision. 676, prioritize your well-being and cultivate a deep sense of love and compassion for yourself. Bottom of the deck. Next card is new beginnings. You're ready to start a new chapter of your life. Be open to meeting new people. All right. I mean, I don't know what more confirmation y'all need. Bottom of the deck is completion with stability and reassurance. Yeah. Angels are guiding and supporting you, providing a stable foundation of success. Release what no longer serves you and prepare to embark on a new chapter filled with opportunities. And reassurance states, trust your intuition and make practical decisions that align with your higher purpose. And that's where the back and forth, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Swords comes in, because we are making a practical decision, but it's like making sure that is attached to your higher purpose is where people start to get lost, because sometimes our higher purpose is calling us to do something that may not necessarily look practical on paper at first, right? And it will take adjustments in order for us to make it practical. And a lot of the times it's not practical is because we're having to adjust the lifestyle that we're living in order to make it practical. I'm going to leave this here. I hope that y'all found this insightful and that it resonated for you and your situation. If it did or if it does, make sure that you guys smash your like buttons. Leave any of your comments down below. Do not forget to make sure that you are subscribed here to the channel for more content and for more of me, because y'all already know I do not do this shit for play. I'm not on here to be screaming and yelling and doing all this other shit, but listen. Year the Fire Horse, y'all are gonna get some shit from me for sure, right? And the readings are gonna continue to come. I just, like I said, impromptuly got busy the last 2 days, so I wasn't able to pre-record on my days off like I usually do, but that's what I'm gonna be doing right after I stop doing this. I got 2 personal readings, like I said, I need to record, and then 3 readings for this weekend that you guys will get, and then you guys will get another reading today. So you guys are going to be getting all the things, but this is really important to me, because when I first got introduced to tarot, it was actually introduced to me for the reasons that tarot is supposed to be introduced to people, for transformation, right? For personal transformation, right? Because that is really what the tarot is utilized for. Of course, we can look into other situations, tap in and see what's going on. But on a personal level, tarot is for transformation. And I absolutely loved this reading, because this is where the collective is, right? And this is kind of going to be where you're going to see people pop off and go to the next level, or you're going to see people kind of stay stagnant and still, and the same kind of things are going to be going on. And I'm going to give you an example of how this is going to really play out. So just generally, like in the tarot community, this is just an example. As a whole, right, you have the tarot community. Now, you have bits and pieces of the tarot community that have their own little specific niches. Now, you are going to start to see with the Year of the Fire Horse, and with those that are making the choice or decision to take it to the highest, to their higher level, you're going to see shifts and change changes in those individual niches that all seem very similar, right? And this is going to be progressing towards a more tarot for transformation and less tarot for love and relationship based only. I'm not saying that people are going to completely change their channels, but what I am saying is that people are going to start incorporating and encapsulating those type of energies more through their channel, and they're going to be pushing those things, right? Because they are actually tapped in for real and following their highest soul, higher purpose, and not necessarily just focusing on the physical, practical analytics and just trying to make as much money as they can on YouTube. Then you will see the other part of the collective decide to not, because it will, and I say this because people will lose followers, people's, viewerships and things will change when they bring these readings in. It's going to be those that are really understanding of what's happening that will continue to push those things and then see the change for a positive in their channel. Others are not going to want to go through that, right? And they're not going to want to really follow that. They're not going to really want to do that. So what's going to happen is those people are going to stay the same. They're going to have the same types of readings, same type of channels, same types of energies, right? Use your discernment, okay? Use your discernment. Same thing when it comes to your friends, your family. Those that are actually tapped in, you'll see shifts and changes towards their higher purpose. Those that are not, they're going to be wondering why they see people shifting, changing, and taking chances and not being afraid, and why they're not understanding maybe internally why they're not able to do those things. But it's more that we'll talk about later, all right? I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in and joining me in on this What's the Tea daily reading. I appreciate y'all so much. And I'll see y'all in the next one.